I'm here to explain the very complicated NASCAR playoff system. The NASCAR playoffs can be extremely challenging for new fans, as well as still quite confusing for diehard fans. I'm going to break down the playoff system, the regular season system, and put it in the simplest form I can to clear the air and educate you leading up to the 2023 NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. The NASCAR season is broken down into two distinct seasons. The regular season, which starts with the duels at Daytona prior to the Daytona 500 and continues through the end of August, which is the 26th race on the points season. Then, the playoffs, which is a 10 race format consisting of 4 individual rounds: the round of 16, the round of 12, the round of 8, and the championship 4, which decides the season's champion. Before we can explain the playoffs, we must first break down the points system. Each points race rewards points to all 40 entrants at the end of the event. The winner takes 40, second takes 35, third takes 34, and it continues all the way down to 40th, which earns 1 point. As you can see on my graphic here to the left, that's how points are awarded for all drivers 1st through 40th at the end of the race. Races are also broken down into 3 individual stages. At the end of Stage 1 and Stage 2, they award points to the top 10 finishers. As you can see in the center part of the graphic, if you win the stage, you're awarded with 10 points, second is rewarded 9, third's rewarded 8th, and it continues all the way down to the top 10 till 10th place, who only earns 1 stage point. This means that the max points that you can earn in a single race is 60. 10 for a Stage 1 win, 10 for a Stage 2 win, and 40 for a race win. Also to note that before the first official race of the season, the Daytona 500, the first official points race, they have qualifying races the Thursday before the Daytona 500 called the Duels at Daytona. These duels split all those who are attempting to qualify into the Daytona 500 into 2 distinct groups, each running a 150-mile qualifying race. At the conclusion of each duel, the top 10 receive points, much like stages in the normal points races. The winner of duel number 1 and duel number 2, they will individually receive 10 points, all the way down to 10th, who will receive 1 point. Now, with that being said, the maximum points you can earn in a regular season, 26 races, is 1,570 points. That is if you win your duel, you win all 26 races, all 52 stages in the regular season. It's time to discuss season points. All drivers are competing to compile points as the top 16 drivers at the end of the regular season, the 26th race, make the NASCAR playoffs. Although the caveat to this is the win and you're in system, meaning that if you compete in every race during the regular season, you have championship eligibility. No matter how far down in points you are, you have that eligibility. A win automatically qualifies you for the playoffs. This isn't a guarantee though, because there are only 16 spots, 26 races. If we have, let's say, 17 different winners in the regular season, one of the winning drivers that has scored the lowest amount of points in the regular season will not make the playoffs. This has never happened, and it is very unlikely of happening, but it is a possibility. It's time to discuss playoff points. If you win a race, you receive 5 playoff points. These points will be carried with you into the playoffs. Also, if you win a stage, you also receive 1 playoff point, which can also carry with you into the playoffs. As I mentioned before, all drivers are still racing each week to compile points throughout the regular season. After the 26th race, regular season finale, the drivers who have earned the most points is rewarded the regular season championship. This also awards you playoff points. As you could see on the graphic to the left, the regular season's points champion will receive 15 playoff points. Second will receive 12, third will receive 10, fourth will receive 7, and so on all the way through the top 10 regular season point finishers who will receive 1 playoff point. Now, with that being said, the maximum playoff points you can earn in the regular season, 26 races, is 197 playoff points. That's if you win all 26 races, all 52 stages, and the regular season championship. Now that we have established the regular season points format and how to make the playoffs, it's time to delve into the playoff format. The round of 16, which is the first round of the playoffs. After the regular season, the top 16 drivers who have either won a race, the win and you're in format, or the highest in points that haven't won a race are locked into the playoffs. This is where the playoff points come into play. All 16 drivers are taken up automatically to 2,000 points as a base threshold number. This number was chosen to be a buffer for any driver that didn't make the playoffs to ever mathematically reach 2,000 points and theoretically climb their way into the top 16. Like I mentioned before, the most points you could earn in a regular season is 1,570. Now that your points are at a baseline of 2,000, they add your playoff points earned throughout the regular season to that. Say a driver earned 14 playoff points at the end of the regular season, they would start the round of 16 with 2,014 points. These points are continued to be earned throughout the playoffs, and if you advance to the next round, you carry them over with you as well. The round of 16 consists of 3 races. After 3 races, the bottom 4 drivers in points in this round are eliminated from championship eligibility. Like the regular season races, if you win, you are in format applies. If you win a race in this round, you are automatically advanced to the next round. In these 3 races, points are awarded just as a regular season race. Which I mentioned earlier, if you are eliminated from the round of 16, you will remain at 2,000 point baseline threshold and continue to earn points. Any driver that made the playoffs and was eliminated is still eligible to finish as highest as 5th in the final season standings. The round of 12. Now to begin this round, the 12 drivers that advance from the round of 16 will now all have their points reset to the base threshold of 3,000. Again, this number was chosen to be a buffer so that drivers that didn't make this round could ever mathematically reach 3,000 points and theoretically climb into the top 12. Now that points are at baseline 3,000, they add your playoff points earned up to this point back to the 3,000 total baseline. So again, say a driver earns 14 points at the end of the regular season and 6 playoff points in the round of 16, they would start the round of 12 with 3,020 points. Again, the round of 12 consists of 3 races. After 3 races, the bottom 4 drivers in points will be eliminated from championship eligibility. Like the regular season, winning your in format still applies. If you win a race in this round, you are automatically advanced to the next round. Again, points are awarded just as a regular season race. Now, if you are eliminated in the round of 12, just like drivers eliminated in the round of 16, you are sent back to the 2,000 point threshold baseline, and points you earned in the round of 16 and the round of 12 are added, and you now compete to finish as high as 5th in the regular season standings. The round of 8. Now, to begin the round of 8, drivers that advance from the round of 12 will now have their points reset to a base threshold of 4,000. Again, this number was chosen to be a buffer so that drivers did not make this round could ever mathematically climb to the top 8 in points. Now that points are at a baseline of 4,000, they add the playoff points you've earned up to this point back to the 4,000 total baseline. So again, Say a driver earned 14 playoff points at the end of the regular season, 6 playoff points in the round of 16, and 3 playoff points in the round of 12, they would start the round of 8 at 4,023 points. These playoff points are continued to be earned again throughout the playoffs. The round of 8 again consists of 3 races. After 3 races, the bottom 4 drivers in points are eliminated from championship eligibility. Like the regular season, winning you're in format still applies. If you win a race in this round, you are automatically advanced to the next round. Again, points are awarded just as a regular season race. Now, if you were eliminated in the round of 8, just like drivers eliminated in the round of 16 and the round of 12, you are sent back down to the 2,000 point threshold baseline. The points you earned in the round of 16, the round of 12, and the round of 8 are added to your total, and you can now compete to finish as high as 5th in the final season standings. The Championship 4. This is a one race, highest finisher takes the championship, Game 7 moment. The 4 drivers who advance to the 3 previous rounds make the Championship 4. This race, points do not matter. Your only goal is to finish the race in a higher position than the other 3 drivers who have made the Championship 4. While the other 12 drivers who have been eliminated prior are still competing at the 2,000 point base point threshold, and points earned in the round of 16, the round of 12, the round of 8, and the Championship 4 compete to finish as high as 5th in the final standings. If a driver makes the Championship 4, the lowest they could finish in the final season standings is 4th. I know this was very long-winded, but I hope it helped clear up any confusion that you may have had. NASCAR doesn't do a great job of explaining how the championship is earned to fans, which can make watching the races less intriguing or confusing to those who are casual. I want to thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure to subscribe for more great content. I hope you enjoy the 2023 NASCAR Playoffs now that you have a better understanding of how it works.